What's up, you guys? Rasati here in Singapore, and I am so glad to be back on the horn. I think I've kind of worked out the kinks in my stuff, so I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Night Out podcast, and as always, look forward to your feedback. I look forward to your comments, and I'm hoping that if you have any ideas for me, you will be brave enough to send them to me as well. So, in the meantime, I want to talk to you about this quote that I saw earlier. It was just a very simple Instagram quote that says, "Honor the space between no longer and not quite yet." So here I am doing that exactly because I just did an episode on the fact that, yeah, I plateaued, I screwed up, and I found that I'd lost my mojo. I hadn't, been doing podcasts as exciting as I usually do. I wasn't like, there was no fervor, and I think the episode before that I was talking about the fact that, yeah, I've been through some things and I've tried really hard not to post anything or create anything when I'm upset because I don't want to share that energy. Energy transfers very, very easily, and I don't want to do that to people. So I'd rather handle my stuff, and then once I've handled it, talk to you about what it is that I was handling. So then it makes a lot more sense. It's not that I'm bitching or complaining. More like I'm giving you the benefit of my mistakes. So here I am now talking to you about the fact that, yeah, I get to honor the fact that I'm in between. I'm no longer the Rasati that was doing the podcast episodes from the last 3 years. And I am not quite the Rasati that has done 1,000 episodes yet, because that's still a ways to go. I still got some work to do. But here I am in the middle. And yeah, part of me is questioning whether I should soldier on or not. And part of me is wondering, have I done enough? Haven't I done enough? What could I possibly accomplish from here? Like, is 1,000 really necessary? Can't I just quit? So I'm in between, and I know that there is plenty to think about because as much as I've done, all of the beginner, when I first started, how do I manage business? How do I do time management? Being a single mom, venturing into the mental health space, not being associated with a government regulated body for mental health, because I do not want to diagnose anyone. I do not want to prescribe anything. I want you to learn how to handle your stuff, because it all comes down to communication to me. And honestly, that's exactly where I want to be. I don't want to be swayed one way or another. And as much as I am influenced by people who think that I'm, hitting too close to home or feel like I'm spilling secrets in my podcast or whatever, and that if you feel that something I say is hitting close to home, it's because there's some truth in it for you. It's not necessarily that I'm talking to you about your problems. It's just that I'm using an example that might be hitting close to home, that might be a little too close to the details that are happening in your life. And it's not about you. Honestly, it's not about you. It's about the situation itself and the possibilities of what you could do to handle it or to avoid it or to make it better, whatever the case may be. So here I am trying to honor that space in between. I don't like being in between, by the way. I feel like I'm neither here nor there. I feel like I'm half-assing a little bit, and I feel like I'm reaching. I feel like I'm trying too hard. But I also know that if I don't put in the effort, you guys, I'm not going to get to where I want to be, because I don't know what's on the other end of 1,000 episodes. I don't know what 2021 is going to hold, but I'm not about to let 2020 get the best of me. When I started this year, I was so taken by the 2020 of it all, right? I was thinking, yeah, perfect vision. When they say 2020, hindsight is 2020, you can see it with clarity because you've already gone through the situation, and now you see all the moving pieces that you couldn't see when you were in it. And I was thinking, yeah, it's going to be a great year. I'm going to make it a great year. And oh my gosh, the universe had other plans. But I needed those other plans. I needed my life to be shaken up to this level for me to realize that, one, I had stopped dreaming. I had stopped dreaming of a big income where I could actually spend on fun stuff instead of just getting by with the bare necessities. I had stopped dreaming of luxury and comfort. I had stopped trying new things. I had stopped experimenting with recipes, and I had stopped, baking new things instead of baking the same old, same old. It's not to say that I wasn't doing very well with, making cookies and making cakes and stuff, but when I was doing well monetarily, I felt like I took a little bit more of a risk with the things that I was making. I had a lot of enjoyment by trying new recipes, by meeting new people, by adventuring out into Singapore just to travel on public transport, to see new places, do new things. I felt like I was doing more before, but at that time I didn't have the time to spend on those things. Whereas now I had the time, I don't have the income the way that I wanted to. But it wasn't until I had added responsibility that I realized, all right, you know what? I need to level up. I can't sit here no more. I can't play with, $2 when I could make 10. So here I am in the in between. 2020 has taught me a lot. COVID, the quarantine part of it, was not so bad. I thought that I, would be bothered by it, and I really wasn't, because I'd already started building my life to such a degree that I wouldn't need much of anything from outside of my house. I had my entertainment, I had my comforts, I had, the kind of food that I want to eat, I had the kind of company I wanted to keep. There was nothing much that I had to do outside of that. So I wasn't bothered by the fact that I had to stay in the house. But when I wanted to have people over, when I wanted to entertain, when I wanted to feed more, to meet people outside for drinks once, quarantine lifted, or at least meet people on the other side of the island more often, I realized that I needed more of an income. I had gotten so comfortable and quiet just staying within like the 1 mile radius around my house that I didn't spend that much, and so I didn't need that much. And it's a funny thing, once you need, suddenly you have to level up. You suddenly have to find a way to get to that place, because not having enough money is a stupid problem to have, especially when you know you can create enough to fix it. You know that you can do enough to fix it. Making money is within my hands. I don't have to get a job to get money. I don't have to get a job or work for someone else to be able to earn money. I know that I can do it for myself. I've been creating things forever. Whether I sold them or not, I know that they're quality items. I know that I can cook. I've done meal prep for so many months already. I think I've done meal prep for at least a year now. I have made, homemade gifts and cards. I have knitted and sewn and crocheted. Like, there's so many things that I can do. I've made bracelets and necklaces. I've recently been fixing things. I've been able to restore a leather bag, and I've been able to clean a lot of things so that they look like they're brand new instead of like old and collected with dust and oil and are sticky. So I've been able to do a lot of those things. But like I said, being able to honor that space in between means that I've had to dig back through all of my skill sets to find what else I can do that I'm not utilizing right now. And that's given me a lot of cause for thought. It's given me a lot of things to brainstorm with. And I realized that I'm not doing half as much as I could be. I really did settle, and that's terrible. So I'm okay with not being the person that I used to be before. I'm okay with no longer being the brand that I was before. I'm okay with slowly venturing out into a different type of imaging for my Instagram feed, a different way of presenting myself. I'm okay with all of that. I'm okay with venturing out into TikTok. I didn't think I'd be doing that. And honestly, originally when I started TikTok, I was thinking I was going to do what everyone else was doing, the Musical.ly thing where they do, they dub over someone else's dialogue, and they, you just give them all the expression or whatever. And that's good and helpful for me as an actress. But even better than that is to make original content. Why not, right? So here I am, no longer the Rasati that started off with all of this. Not quite the Rasati 2.0 either, but I'm getting there, y'all. So if you have any tips or ideas of anything that you think might be helpful to me, I'm open to receiving some of that comments and feedback. But in the meantime, I'm hoping that you take this time to honor the space that you happen to be in too. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're not who you used to be either. And that's good. That's a really good thing. It means you can track how far you've come from where you started. And maybe you didn't start that long ago. Maybe you just started. But the fact is, you've put one foot in front of the other every single day to get to where you are now. And now you're ready to do a little bit more. Now your appetite has changed. And that's a good thing too. It's a sign of life, y'all. Appetite? Yeah. Sign of life. So I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm hoping this helps you a little bit. Please honor each phase of your journey. It's the journey that we get to talk about later. It's not the end result, really. The humble beginnings, the things you fought through, how you got to where you are. That's the joy of the journey. And that's what I love revealing whenever I get a chance to interview people. So please enjoy the journey, respect how far you've come, enjoy that space where you're not where you want to be yet, but you're on your way. You're damn well on your way. and that's plenty to celebrate right there. All right, you guys, I love you, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.